My name's Tom Gleeson, and this is Liz Gleeson, my wife. We're from St George, which is a country town in southwest Queensland. It's about 600 kilometres from Brisbane. Yeah, it's quite a nice little town, very friendly
It's a
town,
young town,
young
very young
town.
town, very social.
We moved to St George in 2009, at the beginning of 2009, to start work in the hospital where I'm a doctor there and Liz is a nurse. And we've recently decided to buy a block of land, build a house and settle down here. I mean, St George is a semi-arid area, and I agree. It's very much like the most of interior Australia.
Mm.
I think a lot of people have a skewed view of Australia because they only see the coastline, and that doesn't really represent most of the country.
Yeah.
And out here, it's the real Australia. It's the outback. It's the bush. It's rural Australia.
We originally had a few hesitations with what we were going to do because we have very, very different tastes. We're sort of at opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to what we like and dislike. Really, we wanted something that was going to be, I guess, complementary to the landscape. So the colours of the earth and the gum trees, and especially, the river. We wanted that to be a main focal point with the designing of the house. And
Liz's tastes are more traditional and sort of country traditional, whereas I'm more modern, contemporary, and it was very difficult to blend the two tastes, I suppose. But I think we've done a good job of
I
that.
hope, yeah.
And I think we've come up with a design. Well, the architects and us have come up with a design that we both really like, and we think it's sort of going to suit our lifestyle perfectly.
And hopefully grow with us.
Yeah, that's right. It's something we want for the long term.
Yeah.
We're thinking we're going to be here for 20 or 30 years. So it's something we're young. We want us to have a family, and it's a house we want to enjoy while we're young, while we've got a family, and while we're older. So something that's going to stay with us for a long time and will evolve with us. To be honest, neither of us have ever done anything like this before, so we had no idea where to start. We had no idea about what was involved in building a house, what was involved in commissioning an architect, and all those sorts of things. But we thankfully we found we used some very good architects who were very helpful, and they helped us along the way and showed us all the things we needed to do, and came up with a great design as well.
I guess we'd already seen what they could do as well. They designed Tom's parents' house in Chinchilla. How many years?
Which was 20 years ago.
Yeah. So I guess we've got something to base our decision on. So that was helpful.
It was a good process, and I think they really enjoyed it and found it very easy to work with these guys. So, which is one of the reasons we engaged them for our home.
I mean, so far it's been incredibly easy and simple and seamless, but
we haven't started building yet.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, how the process goes.
We finalised the design. I mean, it's taken probably a year now since we initially engaged the architects. We've finalised our plans. We've tendered out the building process, and we've signed a contract with the builder. So we're due to start building in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Everything's all stations go at this stage.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting.
Just no more rain.
Generally, our builder, who we've settled with, he uses generally local subcontractors, and the idea is to use as many local materials as possible. But in saying that, there's a lot of materials that we are using that
impossible.
Yeah, obviously we can't get local. So yeah, it's definitely not an easy thing building something a bit more complex out in St George. So we can get down to -1 and anywhere up to sort of 45. So there's a fair variation in temperature. And yeah, that's one of the other things that we've really sort of factored in.
Well, there's so many things that you just don't think of, and especially out here. I mean, we're not getting any town water on the block that we bought, so we have to live off rainwater. So
and we can go for 9 months a year without any rain, so we've got to have a lot of storage. Water storage is a big thing. I suppose our house it's very different to what most of the houses are out in St George.
The general response when you tell people what we're building, they say, "Oh, that sounds different," and I haven't quite worked out whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll see.